Take a breath, step outside.
Very good evening to everyone out there in social media. Welcome to the Indigenous Ways Wisdom Circle. Really happy to have you. And with that, I shall pass it over to the co-host, Tash.
Yate, everybody. Good evening. This is a very fine evening for us all this evening. We'd like to start off by acknowledging our traditional caretakers and ancestors of the land. We want to give honor to the 19 pueblos around us. And we'd also like to give honor to all the ancestors coming from your lands, wherever you're coming from. And we'd like to honor Mother Earth and Father Sky for having us all here as one. We are truly as one. So good evening. Before we start, I just wanted to give a plug for our Indigenous Ways mission statement, which is to bridge cultural exchange with people globally. So we like to make space for all. And any way that we can do that, we try to figure out how to make that happen with this virtual experience we're going through right now during this coronavirus pandemic that's forcing us all to stay home and stay isolated. So our Indigenous...
And stay safe.
Yes. So our Indigenous Ways Friday performance is based on comedians and musicians, and then our Wisdom Circle is based on comedians and musicians, but also people that have a lot of wisdom that they walk with and carry, people that walk in the consciousness of Creator and acknowledge Mother Earth and their footprints they leave on Mother Earth. And those are the people we seek for our Wednesday evenings. This evening, we want to thank everybody that has reached out via email, text, and chat box.
Fantastic. Thank you. We're doing this whole co-creating this virtual events together. So we really appreciate each and every one of you, of your amazing feedback and growing this together. As you can see, we've been playing around with OBS, open broadcast networking stuff. So, and then we're hoping to do other things and also have you in as well, those of you that are in Zoom. But that's not going to happen. It just doesn't work. So here we all are doing the same old. Hey, great to see you, Laura, man. So we're grateful, those of you who are in Zoom with us, and also those of you that are beaming in from our social media pages. It's great to have you. Thank you so much for being with us.
So this evening, we would like to introduce Geraldine Barney. Geraldine Barney is an amazing human being, five-fingered one, earth walker, artist dweller. She lives in her art. She lives in her songs. She lives in her prayers, and she walks her talk. Gerry Barney is one of our beautiful Indigenous ones that has really defied the marginalized statistics that is placed upon people of color. Gerry Barney found her way to Boston about 20 years ago, found herself working at Harvard University, doing art shows. She's an accomplished painter. She's an accomplished wood sculptor. She's an accomplished printmaker. All that artwork you see in the background, that's all Gerry Barney artwork. And she does everything. She's a true Navajo to the bone. And Gerry Barney is a former classmate of mine. We're both alumni from IAIA. We went to college back in the day. We sang music together. So Gerry is somebody I look to with great reverence, honor, humility, respect, and truth. Gerry is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful being that me and Elena just absolutely adore. Selfishly, we want her back here in the Southwest.
Always.
We want her back here in the dry, red-brown desert dirt.
Beautiful.
We want her back here close to the Navajo Nation. She's got a lot of family out there. And so let's welcome Geraldine Barney this evening, everybody. Woohoo!
Woo! Gerry, right on.
Yate, Geraldine Barney, and she can the chinchne. Ashi bashashin uga dashache ki ani dashanala. I'm originally from just north of Tohatchi. If you ever go from Gallup and you drive north, I'm like on the west side of mile marker 32. And grew up there. I miss it. I miss my family. And I'm thinking of them. They are surviving. They are on the Navajo Reservation, and I miss it dearly. The way I keep connected is through songs, through the traditional teachings that I remember, that help me be grounded. That's how I connect, and try to call every week, and also through my artwork, some landscape, and anyway, I gotta stop saying yeah, it's because I'm nervous. So anyway, I'm Geraldine Barney, and I moved to Boston in 1996. Prior to that, I was at the Kansas City Art Institute, and then moved to Boston to use my printmaking skills. And what helped me was the printmaking skills to work at Harvard University at the Harvard Printing and Publication Services. And everything started getting digital, so they closed the place, and now I'm at the Harvard College Observatory, and been working from home. And it's hard because our home, Navajo Way, the whole one, is a place, as you enter your dwelling, you have your supplies, you have your where your bed is, you have your kitchen area, and those are, places of thinking, of being calm, and then to bring work in for the whole week. It's kind of was a challenge. We are in our 10th or 11th week working from home, and my daughters are going to school online. Their last day of school is a week and a half from now. Anyway, I miss my home. I miss Denebikea, Navajo land. I am thinking of my relatives. They just buried a nephew. One of my nephews, he caught COVID, and learning that there's other family who are struggling with it. My aunt, one of my aunts, is recovering. I guess it really takes a toll. And anyway, I want to sing this song. It's called the Nebekea Nijun. I think of home, I think of the smells, I think of the rain, the clouds, the thick clouds, the thunder, the ravines being filled with water. I think of the blooming yucca plants, the sheep and goats darting to go eat them, and I just think of all these things, and I really adore where I grew up from. I'm sorry. I really adore being where I grew up from, and I really love my family, and I wrote this song to show that I miss them, and here it is. Shihowan hey, Shihowan, 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 Shihowan hey. When I wake up in the morning, I pray towards the east and I greet the sun. I miss my home. The Navikia, the Navajo, the Navikia, Nishune. Shihowan, 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 hey, no. Shihowan, 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 hey, one. The Navikia, I am the 12. The Navikia, not get the 12. The Navikia, Nishune. As I look to the sky, I can smell the rain approaching. How I love that fragrance. Makes me want to pray for 2 large rainbows. One from Toyo to Cameroon. Another one from Chechita to Annet, Utah. 2 large rainbows uniting our nation with harmony. The Navikia, not get the 12. The Navikia, 12. The Navikia, Nishune. I miss my home. The Navikia, the Navajo, the Navikia, Nishune.
Joniet, Gerry.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted that, I guess the song to be uplifting and the beat to be uplifting, the chords to really show, and the melody to show that the love for the land. I miss everybody. I miss, pretty much everybody. What comes to mind is everyone that I went to elementary school with, and middle school and high school, and worked with while I was in Gallup and Shiprock, and it's just I'm really happy and that I grew up, and it was tough, it was hard, but that's how you get through things. You have to go through it, and there's a lot of times where I avoided things and have instead of choosing to understand myself during some tough times and emotional times, and instead of, moving through them, I did not. So growing up, yeah, there was alcohol. I drank, and anyway, it was a journey to stop. And one of the I think one of the things that, not the reasons that I did, it was just, yeah, to avoid conflict, to avoid thinking through something. I've seen a lot, and anyway, I moved here in 1996 and wanted a change for myself, wanted to really know me and to really understand, and to really accept me and accept myself of who I am. And so when I got here, one of the anxieties or the fear was understanding the people here in Boston, in the areas here. And when I came to visit Berklee College of Music, I saw the diversity of people, a lot of people, different color of people, different ways, and I was very anxious because growing up on the Navajo Reservation and not wanting to create conflict by accidentally saying something rude or bad, or so the anxiety was really high. So I wrote a song. It's called Journey, when I first got here. And to me, growing up in going to beauty way ceremonies, traditional ceremonies, I would watch the medicine man, and he would repeat phrases and get repetitive. And so I was like, that's my songs, the songs that I write. I want them to be affirmations or prayer. And so I wrote this song called Journey. And what I realized was that to go back and to think about all the traditional stories, and one of them was respect beings with 5 fingers, and disregarding the color, just look at the shape, disregarding people coming from India, or who are Portuguese, or who are from Hong Kong, or East India, France, and because everybody has their traditions and their culture, and so there's a wide array. And I have this art piece that I want to show that I'm working on, and it's different color of hands. And so this next song called Journey is about thinking back to that concept, and the word respect, and remembering that shape, and to really listen and observe and understand others, and that reduced the anxiety for me, because it was really different. Back home, our neighbors are almost a mile away, and here in the city, they're just on the other side of the wall. You could see all the stars. Here you can't. So it was really oppositional space, and nothing was identifiable to me. It was just anxiety and learning the ropes. What was really nice was that I learned that subway system right away, because of we always grew up where the sun came up and went down, the shadow and the shades, and that was very helpful. So going back and thinking back from the basics, from what you remember from traditions, that helped me, and it still does today. And so this one's called Journey. When you walk upon Mother Earth, you walk upon, you're traveling. So this song is kind of like a traveling song, and I tried to get the beat of the steps. That's the next step, And remembering the past. Because a lot of the stories are brought down or brought from the past, and you believe them. You really need to heed to them, because that's survival. And I remember my one of the traditions was to not eat seafood, and scientifically there was a time where fish was spoiled. There was like a red tide, or a huge one, and a lot of people had passed long ago. You could see it if you look back, and that's one of the traditions that is brought down. And survival is really important, and telling the story is really important, and bringing that story. Look how long this story has stuck here. That's how far it came, without being gaslighted. It's no lies, or you got to really really listen, and really hear, and really speak in a good way to keep things going. So anyway, the songs the words and lyrics in this song is like that. So here we go.
Hey
sleep, who should have sleep, who should sleep, who should sleep, who should have sleep, who should sleep, who should sleep, who should sleep, who should sleep.
Hot.
Ooh.
Thank you, Gerry. Yeah.
Oh, very.
Powerful.
A lot of comments. Thank you, Christine. Powerful song. Thank you, Rose. Love this music, art, story. Laura, Mimi says great storytelling, validating our lives, but honestly sharing. So thank you.
Also, thank you very much, Willa and Alfred Lohorn, Daniel King from Oneida Lands. Thank you all for being here.
Nice. Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah. The when I think back of home and I think of my grandfather, one of my grandfathers, I grew up with granduncles and grandaunts. My mom and her sisters and brother lost their parents when they were very young, and so I didn't get to meet and know my immediate grand on my mother's side grandparents. And but the way I look at it is that I put all my grandaunts and one granduncle together, and that's all the knowledge that I think that is of my actual grandfather and grandmother, John Barney Jr. and Lenora Dennison. And anyway, there was this town when I was growing up. My granduncle and his wife would want to go to this town. It's like just bordered on the Navajo Reservation, and I always used to like not want to go because of how they treated them. And I'd be standing next to them, and they'd be purchasing some items, and whoever was selling these things to them always had a comment, a rude undertone comment. And I would watch my grandfather and look at him, and he wouldn't say anything, just nod and was patient. And and I always didn't like to go there. And anyway, and then growing up, listening to my grandfather and saying the frog is your grandfather. The frog is sacred. You take care of it. And so I would think of that and like, okay, yeah, Navajo way. And then here going to high school and to having to dissect a frog to get a good grade. So it was like these two worlds that I was like being pulled this way and pulled this way, wanting to to satisfy the education, academia, and then all the things that were going there, and being a traditional Navajo, it just really conflicted, and it just was pulling me this way and this way. And so I wrote this song. It's called Melting Pot. And it's, well, back to the song, the town, I'll talk about that when I sing the other song called Glitter Nights. But this one is called Melting Pot, and it's about being yanked from one side to the other and trying to cater, or not cater, but try to be the best I could with these two views going on at the same time. And it was very difficult. Sometimes when I know that I'm in that space, I know that I need to calm down and watch and view from different perspectives to try and understand some things. And where I work at, we do a lot of problem solving. And anyway, this is, I don't know how else to explain it, but so I tried to get the song to work with this yanking and this this plea of this plea to be calm, this to not have these conflicts. Why can't it just be like this? Why can't it be easy, you know? But it's not. You just have to be awake and ask questions and understand things a bit more in order to understand it and work with it in life. So this one's called Melting Pot. In the lyrics, there's a part where, you know, to understand the academia and understand the Navajo, I had to understand myself more. And it seems like each year, that's what our world and our life is asking us, is asking ourselves, who are we? Who are we? And we change every year. We change every time we meet someone new. I have 2 daughters. I had to change and to change the environment to pamper and to educate them. And so we have to change all the time. And so we have to understand ourselves. And when it seems like when we don't understand ourselves, it's hard. It's difficult. And so I had to understand myself. I know who I am. I moved to Massachusetts. Massachusetts has a lot of the social work had started here in this state, and I feel safe here. When I first moved here, I still do, being of two-spirit. And so anyway, here's Melting Pot. Sorry. Here we go. Long, and I never knew that right can mean wrong, and I can understand the changes, and I know I don't belong in a society that doesn't even know its own. And I know I don't belong in a society that doesn't even know its own. Way home. society that doesn't even know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
You know what song I'm waiting for, sister?
Whew. How's everybody doing?
Yeehaw.
This is this is I'm having a good time here. I'm in my the art studio part of my place, and thank you, IndigenousWays, Ahihat Tosh. Thank you, Elena, for providing this for the people, for everybody to connect and to learn and to learn some ways. And I've been listening since you first started this outlet, and I really learned a lot of things from all the speakers and the performers, and and it's great. I how much time do we have, Tosh, Elena? Another song.
You got about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll do For My Grandchildren. This one is about the different landmarks on the Navajo Reservation. I just want to put this up. This is I want to put it up for my Aunt Deborah. It says Navajo Strong,
Wow.
and it's just I anyway. There's a lot of legends and well, actually, really several stories, and they always bring in. Well, there's a landmark that helps you reminds you of, and like Shiprock, it's a huge a lava rock that is higher than the Empire State Building, and it's located on the north part of the Navajo Reservation, and that's where one of my aunts lives, and where my cousin, brother, and sisters grew up. And I love that rock. I don't think I've painted it like maybe 4 times now. But so it's the place where leaders come from. It's if you look and go on and check it out, Google it and look at it in real life. It's the tail. It looks like the tail of an eagle, and then there's the lava dikes on each side, and it looks like it was flying, and it landed in there. It's really beautiful, and I always think about that as like, how does one know that that's how it looks from this perspective? You'd have to be up very high, but that's and that's the grandeur and power of knowledge. And to look and see from Mexico to California on up to Alaska and Greenland, that this is Turtle Island, and it's shaped like a turtle. Who saw that, or who knows that? It's really amazing of how humanity or people back then were very intelligent. And so anyway, this one for my grandchildren, I talk about different landmarks, about Spider Rock and Winter Rock, where the capital of the Navajo Nation. And I remember writing this when I was in Ganado babysitting for my aunt's children, my youngest aunt, and I really had a good time. I really enjoyed taking care of her children. She had like 3 then. Anyway, I'm dedicating this song to her and her family. I love you very much, and you're my prayers, your family's in my prayers for my grandchildren. Shiprock rock, bold and strong. That's how we want it to be. The Navajo Nation, the sacred winds and precious rain are carving out all those red rocks like Monument Valley. I hope and pray that all these beautiful scenes are here for you, my great, 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 great grandchildren. In a deep canyon sits Spider Rock in remembrance of a weaving red rugs of Ganado. Colorful cliffs of Window Rock reveals a mystery of a power, unity with Mother Earth. I hope and pray that all these beautiful scenes are here for you, my great, 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 great grandchildren. I hope and pray that all these beautiful scenes are here for you, my great, 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 great grandchildren.
Woo! Yes, Gerry, we got a lot of beautiful people out there listening to you tonight. Yes, and we are really excited for your one final song. What are you going to sing for us, Gerry?
I'm going to sing Glitter Nights. This is it's about a city that is bordering the Navajo Nation, and seeing the mistreatment through words, through undertone, verbiage, and seeing it, occur to the older ones when I was very young. And I didn't like going over there, but I had to had to go with my grandparents. And so when I moved to Boston, that was part of some of the anxiety was, am I going to go through that as well? And I've had to, because of who I am, and realize, that of who I am being a woman can get hurt, of being two-spirited, I'd get hurt, of being brown, I would, get hurt. And so anyway, when I think it was when my 4th year here, the newspaper published the 10 most prejudiced cities in America. And I was like, I bet. So I grabbed the paper, I looked through it, and sure enough, that town was in there. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that's what, it was like validation. It was valid then, but I didn't take it as that. It was just probably the kind of, in a way, the norm. But to get that validation that that's how it is, and to know that it's continuing, and it's not just that particular town. There's others that border the Navajo Reservation and border the different reservations across the U.S. And so this song is called Glitter Nights, and I am going to dedicate it to Tasha's late grandmother, Margaret Dalton. And it's about being a city, and the juxtaposition or the polarity of worlds that to deal with when you live in a city, urban Indian, I guess. So here's Glitter Nights. Outside my window, I see 1,000 lights shining, 1,000 lights are shining in my face, shining like glitter, glitter in my eyes, glitter in my eyes, it's hurting. As I walk these city streets, I realize I can't plant my corn. concrete. Yeah, I hope you don't treat the strangers like they're treating me here. She's gay, she's gay, oh, she got it. She's gay, she's gay, oh, she got it. To the east, I pray to the south, I pray to the west for the strength I need. I pray to the north too. I pray to the east, I pray to the south, I pray to the west where the sun goes down. I pray to the north, to the north, to the end. Yeah, 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 Yahweh, 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 Yahweh,
Wow, Gerry, thank you. Ahead, Ayusabe, Gerry Barney, thank you very, very much. Your sound is as powerful as ever. Your energy, your essence, your power has all come through, Gerry. Thank you for touching us through the airwaves, through cyberspace, through Wi Fi networks, through this virtual platform. Like Don Coya said, is like a spider web around Mother Earth that's connecting us all. So we got to be grateful, Gerry, because we're connected through this platform. Thank you, and we love you, we love you, and we love you, and we love you more.
Thank you, Gerry.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. This is a wonderful portion. If you're in Zoom, we're going to invite you to come in. Gerry can have a little bit of a breather. So you can turn on your cameras if you like, and we're going to do a Q&A, or if you've got comments. While we're there, we're just going to go into a little commercial break while you're coming in. Oh, I lost it. I can't do it. Anyway, I'm not sure what happened. Can I do it? We've been playing around a lot with certain things.
Oh, I can't.
Okay.
But that does that.
New
Anyway,
technology, new technology.
I just want to give while everyone's coming in, I'm going to go around because some people aren't able to get their cameras on. So I'll come over and disable. If you're in the social media and you have any comments or anything you'd like to share with Gerry, just pop that in the box and we'll share it at this time. We are Indigenous Ways virtual events. That's where we're at. Wednesday is the Wisdom Circle where we're at now, and we've just been blessed with Gerry Barney. Next week, this time, we're going to have...
Yay, we're going to be having Annette de Armata. She's going to be here Wednesday. She is a homeopathic healer based in Austin, Texas. And we want to thank our sponsors because without them, we wouldn't be doing this. And we also have this coming Friday, Jamie Anderson. She's going to be here on the 12th. And this woman was born with comedy in her heart. She's funny. She's loving. She's witty. She shows up to a women's festival with a hula hoop. Can you imagine that? This woman shows up with a hula hoop and starts doing a hula hoop on stage. Like, wow, that's like from the 1970s. How cool is that?
So I want to give
Hula
a
hoops
shout
need to
out.
come back. Hula hoops need to come back.
I
We
want to
got-
give a shout out to our sponsors. And this is what makes this possible: being able to support all the performers, the presenters like Gerry, and that is to thank you, the First Peoples Fund, the National Endowments of the Arts, the City of Santa Fe Arts and Culture, the New Mexico Arts, and specifically starting in June till the end of the year. Want to personally thank for the Wisdom Circle, the New Mexico Humanities Council, and also the National Endowments Humanities in making this possible. We had Mimi ask, hey, what about a chip jar? We'll tell you more about that because we've got a page if you are able to donate. But we also want to thank all the personal people that have donated to make this possible, also to our board members. And then also, a lot of you know, Gerry talked about the Navajo Nation. That's like the second highest with COVID at the moment for per head per capita. Tasha and I took a food run to Black Mountain. So we'll be doing that on the 23rd. And we started 2 weeks ago collecting funds for that, which is on our IndigenousWays.org website if you are able or want to donate to that particular project. But as of today, we've got over 3,200 thanks to each and every one of you in doing that. We've also got a lot of people have been dropping a lot of food at our place. So we'll be going up on the 23rd and just letting you know and keeping you posted with all of that. And then, you know, if you do and are able to donate, you can go to our webpage. There's a donate button for our virtual events, or there's throughout all the pages specifically for the Navajo Nation. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and invite everybody to come on in and join in and talk to Gerry. We got Gerry's family members here. I see Dwayne, Jared. Looks like Gabriel Begay. I think my cousin Chad Dixon's in tonight. My sister Missy's here. Najoni, niece, mom, Harry. Lots of people
All
from the
the
Navajo.
family, man.
Lots of people from the Navajo
Family
Nation.
and friends.
Terry Vincent,
Christine
Christina,
and Donna,
New York City,
Christine
Caleb.
and
Maybe we're gonna shut up. You guys
Oh.
talk.
don't forget to unmute on your phone if you want to share anything.
Lena. Karen Arviso, do you want to say something to Gerry? Can you unmute your
Because I'm just
don't wanna-
my internet it's unstable, but
We're good.
okay. I just wanted to say that Geraldine is my niece. She's so precious to me in every way, and I'm just totally proud of her and all her upbringing. She's always been so loving, and through that, she's been so creative in anything that she does, and even touching, you know, the hearts of people. And when she graduated from IAIA in Santa Fe, she literally had a standing ovation from everybody in the room because she had sang a song representing all the tribes that were graduating, and that was like over 40 tribes, and she memorized, she knew every tribe there was. It was so unbelievable. I always remember that day. But you know, she's not only talented in singing, but she plays the flute. She makes her own flutes, and her pictures, her paintings are unbelievable. I don't know if people that are listening on know that, but they're incredible. She just made one not too long ago, and it made me think of my my grandpa. They were a bunch of yebuches. I'm gonna try to find it for for you all. I don't know if you can see it or if I show it. Gerry, honey, do you have it with you?
It's in Michael's home.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's in Michael's home in Gallup, New Mexico.
Oh, here it is.
It's
Here it
for
is.
his new home.
I don't know if you can you see this? I don't know. It has Yeti written
Wow.
all over it. It has,
They're
is
showing
it
it.
not good? And it's all the apiches. They're in a circular layout there. But anyhow, and then she did another one, a shiprock, and I've seen so many versions of the shiprock, but hers was totally incredible. And my other niece has that picture. But I have some nice paintings in my home that she's given me. She's blessed all of us with her beautiful gifts. And so, you know, we're truly, truly proud of her. And I know that being in Boston, she has grown tremendously. And, you know, we miss her, but she comes home occasionally. But again, I know she's just like a shining light in our hearts. And we totally love her and miss her.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you,
No,
Auntie.
And I want to see if Jared
There's the
Barney
picture.
wants to talk. Jared,
Yeah,
would you like to
there's
talk
the
to
picture.
Gerry?
Hi, Auntie.
Hi, son.
I just want to say that was cool. I was here listening to it the whole time with Candace and her grandma. And
Aw,
her grandma likes music.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah. I saw that the drawing you got me right there. I don't know if you can see it.
you.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice to hear you sing again. It's been a while.
Yeah, yeah, it has. I miss you, son. Miss
Yeah.
you a lot.
I would like
Thank you.
you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just excited to hear you sing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Miss, did you want to say something to Gerry?
Thank you, Auntie Karen. Thank you for your words, Auntie Karen. That was
Thank you,
really
Karen.
sweet.
Beautiful.
I want to say one more thing. The
Okay.
most beautiful song that anyone could ever have made, and it's about our family. Gerry wrote. It's about, you know, our aunties and our uncles that have passed on, and about our animals. And it's just, you know, it just touches you every time you hear it. You want to cry. But she made that for our family, and that's something we really cherish.
Yeah, it's called Out Home.
Yes, it's called Out Home. There's no place like Out Home.
Yep.
Miss?
Yeah, so Gerry, I wanted to thank you for your powerful music and your beautiful words and just your incredible voice. I'm just like, yeah, it just pulls at my heartstrings and it brings back a lot of memories from when we first started hanging out together, when we started going to IAIA and you started singing and we were like, oh, yeah, Gerry, you know, just cheering you on and just going, man, she's talented. And you were like raw off the res, you know, fresh blood for Santa Fe. And so we decided to go down to the plaza during the Zobra. Do you remember? And we walked down the plaza and we're like, hey, Gerry, why don't you play here on the plaza? So she just sat down on the street. She opened up her guitar and pulled it out and started playing. And people started throwing money in the guitar, you know, in the guitar case. And we were just like, wow. So that was Gerry's debut, you know, for just Santa Fe. And here was just like really spontaneous. And we were just like, yeah, Gerry, you're going to really go far with your music. And you have. And I know she wrote a new song there that I hadn't heard before. I loved it. So keep it up, man. You're very powerful, and your lyrics always like really get me thinking and just feeling. You know, I mean, it's not just like I listen to your music and I enjoy it, but I feel something when I listen to your music. You know. So good
Thanks.
to see you. Love you.
Love you too.
Any more of Gerry's family want to do a shout out to Gerry?
Anyone?
Gabriel, Gabriel Begay.
Gaby.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, my little
I'm on
brother.
my lunch. I'm on my lunch break.
Oh, you are? He
Yeah, I just listened. I listened to the whole thing. So.
he works in Gallup.
Oh, blessings.
Yeah. I'll
It's
give
good to hear you sing again. I
Yeah,
miss you.
I miss you too. Good to see you.
Yep.
Give baby a hug for me,
No, well.
baby Arrow.
Ikito's iPhone. Do you want to say something, Ikito? Can't hear you. Oh,
Bad reception.
we got it. Okay. Oh, can you unmute? Oh,
You want to come over here?
How you doing over there, Zoel? Interpreter,
Yeah,
you doing
Zoel.
okay?
Thank you, Zoel, for interpreting. I could see. Yeah, I could see what you interpreted the words in the song, and you got the visual emotion of the songs. Thank you very much for doing that. Yeah.
We got Christina over here who wants to say something. Christina, you were saying, what did you want to say from New York City? Christina, go ahead. Zoe, you want a voice or you want a voice? Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was great. Yeah. Yeah, I so enjoyed your music. This is me, Christina from New York City. I'm so happy that I got to do your show. I am deaf, but I can hear some. So I was able to hear some of the music. You got a powerful voice, very uplifting, very inspiring.
Thank you.
I'm in New York City, so there's a lot of protesting going on. There's a lot of activity that's going on right now here. So I've taken a break from the marches because I'm in there too, and I've stepped back and I decided I'm going to stay home and I'm going to join Indigenous Ways virtual platform and listening to Gerry Barney. So that's what I did. Thank you very much, Tosh. Thank you very much, Elena. And thank you very much, Zoel, interpreter. Great job. Thank you. That was Christina. Hilda, did you want to say something? Hi, very nice. This was a very nice event. I really enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed your storytelling, and your music is just wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Zoel, interpreter as well, both Tosh and Elena. Thank you both for providing this wonderful event for us. Bless you. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Hilda. Anybody else would like to make a comment before we sign off for the night? Mimi Gonzalez, would you like to say something? Mimi, I can't hear you.
Come here, Mo. Up.
Okay.
If I put my face right in there,
Okay, we got you.
I'd like to know how. First of all, can you tell me what this sign is?
Means yes.
I want to say, yeah. Okay.
That means yes.
I want to know how can I make a tip, because I really was very touched by just the deeply personal nature and the exquisite storytelling and music. I feel inspired from this concert. I feel like Gerry was so true as an artist to herself, to her own. She honored her own life story, and it made me feel like, oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, I mean, we need these reminders, and it's such a beautiful reminder.
Okay, so if you want to donate some money to Gerry, either you make that arrangement with Gerry, or you can send it through us and we can earmark it and send it Gerry's way, however you want to do it. There's many different
Great.
ways to do this.
And then just in
Thank
the
you.
chat box just now, we've
Yeah.
just dumped some information
Yeah, and
about
then
it.
you can also do a private chat with Gerry, just personal. It's Mimi Gonzalez, Geraldine Barney. If you guys want to talk to each other on chat.
I have no idea what you look like, Geraldine. My video is on my
Oh,
phone,
she doesn't
and
have
I
She looks
video.
saw.
beautiful.
I
Terry
bet she
Vince,
is. Those songs.
Terry Vinson wants to talk. Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. I was just fascinated with the music. It was so smooth, like the waves of water. It was beautiful. And just talking about your homeland and the beautiful two-spirit way, that journey you traveled, it was amazing to hear those songs. And I just want to encourage you and let you know,
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot, everybody. That
Just your beautiful songs. It's amazing.
thank you. It means a lot, and I want to continue to continue.
Thank you very much. There I see Sasha, Frank, and Cami. Little girl sitting down here might want to say some words. It might be one of your relatives, Gerry.
Yeah, yeah. My sister Kamala. She lives in Albuquerque.
Hey, would you like to unmute and say something to your Auntie Gerry?
Is that Sasha?
Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here listening to all you guys. We've been muted. My parents, we didn't know how to unmute ourselves or do the video. So my mom would like to say something.
Hi. Hi, sister. How are you? Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So we knew how to unmute it and how to, do the camera and all the other stuff that we have to do. We've been on Zoom enough. Thank you, Sasha.
Sure.
She likes to report, so she's good at that. Just every time we get a chance to hear our sister play, our sister entertain anybody, we get to see her live, get to see her do her thing in front of people, it's great. It's wonderful for us. And now we have, our next generation, these guys that are coming up that get to hear her and get to see her as a role model, as a Navajo woman, as a big sister, as I think Auntie, now we're getting into the grandmas, as we're getting into those stages for them to see her and for them to hear her. I don't want to say, I don't know how to, this great model, these are the kind of things that you hope that your family can aspire to, or you hope that your young ones can see up close and personal, so that they can take that path, or they can take those steps, or they can reach for something a little bit more than what's immediate. And it helps us to say, look at what she's done, look at how she did this, look how long it took. Baby steps are the beginning, but you're going to get there at some point. And don't look back, or don't think negative about what you've been through or your experiences, because these are the things that are going to shape you. These are the things that are going to get you to those high notes. These are the things that are going to help you reach deep, deep, deep down inside to find every little bit of talent, of grace that you can share with other people, so that they can see too that they're reaching, but they can still reach further. They're digging, but they can still dig deeper. So that's what I wanted to say. And unfortunately, my husband went to go put gas in my car, so he's going to get to say hi, Gerry, but he saw everything, and of course he's very impressed and, very proud of you too.
Thank you, sister. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you.
And well, I'd like to ask Donna. Donna, would you like to say something tonight before we sign off? You're good? Okay. Donna, Christine.
Just before Tosh closes us out,
Tosh?
I just wanted to say this. We've got through social media, Judith Shapiro. Oh, I can't see.
Tosh and
Yes.
Elena. Tosh and Elena.
Hidden, but loving the opportunity to hear.
Terry's talking.
Hi, yeah, this is Terry. Elena, I love you. And Tosh, thank you so much.
We love you, Terry. Vincent, you're a role model too. And you too, Christina Bueno in New York City, out there in those marches and the protests. We love you too, Christina. Indigenous, all the way.
So that beautiful medicine that Gerry has shared and blessed each and every one of us, and hearing snippets from her family, and also the love, the deep love and rooted connection she has of home and being so far away. It's a real honor not only to have her family, whether it be through social media, but also on the line, but each and every one of you. But more importantly, let's give it up for the one and only Geraldine Barney.
Wake up the neighbors! Wake up the neighbors! Gerry Barney's in town.
everybody.
Gerry Barney's visiting on Zoom. Yeah, Gerry, come back to the New Mexico.
Wet your hands, feel my face. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth.